Agile philosophies versus Agile methods. What's the difference between Scrum and Agile? What's the difference between the methods and the philosophies of Agile? Good questions. We're so glad you asked. Agile is a philosophy. Scrum is a method of Agile. Agile philosophies are the mindsets your team builds to approach work in an Agile way, building incremental value instead of value all at once. Think back to the build the skateboard before you build the car example in previous sections of the Agile Handbook. Agile methods are the processes that teams use to carry out the Agile work, but they must have the Agile philosophies to perform the methods. Examples of Agile methods. Here are some Agile methods you see in the world. Scrum, SAFe, otherwise called Scaled Agile Framework. Extreme Programming, Google Design Sprints. Lean, Kanban. All of these are methods to carry out the Agile philosophies. Crawling before sprinting. See what we did there? You have to build an Agile mindset before you learn how to operate an Agile method. Once you are ready to build strong teamwork foundations on Agile teams, and ready to mature your team from forming to performing, you are ready to operate in Agile methods. Scrum method. Scrum is one of the most common methods for Agile work on teams. In this method, work is always done in a fixed time frame called a sprint. We Scrumites, followers of Scrum method, call this a time box of work. Sometimes this is called an iteration of work. Each team agrees to whatever their fixed time box of work will be. They agree to 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, or 4 week sprints. This could change over time. A team who agrees to 1 week sprints may want to change to 2 week or 3 week sprints. They have the right to do so as a self-organized, psychologically safe team of service leaders. Scrum teams deliver usable functionality every sprint. Scrum has specific chunks of responsibilities and specific meetings you'd run on a team. 1. Build a backlog of small amounts of work. 2. Refine the work and estimate its level of complexity. 3. Do your planning. Plan work in sprints. Run sprints. 5. Do your stand-up. Check in every day during the sprint. 6. Do your demo. Demonstrate work in progress at the end of the sprint. 7. Do your retro. Get together and reflect in your previous sprint to identify how to improve. Repeat the process. Scrum persona. If Scrum were a person, their motto would be just like the fish from Finding Nemo. Just keep sprinting. Just keep sprinting. Sprinting, 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 sprinting. The persona of Scrum is someone who's consistently operating and planning their next moves, just like a Scrum team. Goals and motivations. Consistency in work intervals. Forecast the dates of releases. Increase teamwork capacity. Report progress to those outside the team. Benefits. Consistent planning of work items. Teams are able to get into a rhythm while working together. Pain points. Scrum is more rigid in flexibility. You should not change your sprint plan once it begins. Lots of teams do, however, respond to change and add or remove items from sprints. Lots of work must happen before sprint teams can deliver work. It takes a lot of orchestration. Common deliverables. A Kanban board. A race chart. A backlog. Sprint goals. Sprint retro items. Learn about the team functions specific to Scrum in the next lesson.